So, obviously, there's been a lot of anticipation and expectation leading up to your first game. What WNBA player do you measure yourself up against and resemble the most on the court?
I don't really model my game after anyone. I want to be one of one, but I'd say I'm most like Cheryl Swoops. She was an all around star, had the ability to score, play defense, and get her teammates involved, and that's my game in a nutshell.
You just mentioned an incredible player who's had a legendary career. Have you had a chance to interact with them? And did they give you any meaningful advice?
I did. I did. We have the same agent, and we met at an event. She gave me her number and said, text her anytime, and I have. um, the best advice she's given me so far, it made me laugh. She said, stay humble off the court, not on it. She should copyright that. I told her.
Yeah, that's great advice. On another note, there's been a lot of hype about your draft class coming into the league. You've played against Caitlin Clark in club level basketball and in college. How will that rivalry continue in the WNBA?
I'm a Caitlin Clark fan myself, like for real. There were times when we were playing against each other that I would just be shaking my head at one of her logo three-pointers or some shot. She makes you do that. But she also makes you want to work hard and give her everything you got. And I love going up against players like that. And I'm going to love competing against Caitlin every time we meet in the WNBA.
Coming from where you came from, what are you looking forward to most being in this city with this incredible fan base?
I'm used to big crowds and rabid fans, and I love the city I came from. I'm excited to get to know this one. I like to explore and have fun and see the sights, but when it comes to basketball, I'm all business.
So, for casual fans and fans just getting into women's basketball who might not be as familiar with you yet, what do you want them to know about you as a player as well as an individual?
On the court, I'm always locked in. I know what my role is and what I need to do to help my team, whatever that may be. I'm willing to take on any role. Off the court, I'm probably more like Sid Colson. I like to keep it light and fun and not take myself too seriously, but like I said, once I lace up my kicks, get the ball in my hands, it's time to go to work.
Okay, so last question. If you could sum up the perfect rookie season, what would it be? And how do you stack up against the other rookies in this class?
I don't really care about individual accolades. I'm all about the team. If we accomplish all the goals we set at the beginning of the season, then that's all I can ask for. As for this rookie class overall, it's so talented from top to bottom. And we're going to push each other and be competitive, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
The head coach is Becky Hammond. Kirsten Bell.
Hello and welcome to our coverage of the WNBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Phoenix Mercury going up against the Las Vegas Aces. Thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Suniga here with Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz.
You know, it's always interesting to match up the offseason expectations with the reality of a new season.
That's what's so great about this league from a fan perspective, right? There's always something to look forward to, no matter where your team is.
Well, both teams here, they're excited about the possibilities, and that can mean anything from developing young talent to winning a chip.
And so off the tip, it's Phoenix. So it's the Aces taking the W in a close game. This one was up for grabs right until the dying seconds.
And, you know, I think what stood out was they showed their character when it mattered, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up.
You had a big game tonight against one of the league's legends. Can you sum up the experience of playing against Diana Taurasi?
Unreal. Unreal. That's the first word that comes to mind. I mean, DT is one of the best to ever do it. I know there's a lot of debate, but she's the GOAT to me, and I got the full experience. The elbows, the trash talking, the funny little quips, the shots in my face. I love that she didn't hold anything back. That's what I wanted.
Okay, I have to know. What was the funniest thing she said, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, some stuff I cannot repeat, but she did say, "Welcome to the W," after she drove the lane on me and just knocked me to the ground. It made me laugh because that's DT.
It is.
Your team needed a big performance from you on both sides of the ball against Alyssa Thomas, arguably the toughest forward to ever play the game. How were you able to get it done?
The past few times we played them, Alyssa took me to school. So I wanted to come out and show that I learned a lesson or two.
Nice. What do you do differently on the defensive end? And are you more comfortable now facing some of the top players in the league at this point of the season?
Early season jitters, that's a part of the game, but they didn't last long. At the end of the day, we're all pros. We all have a job to do. This time around, it was my job to make it hard for Alyssa to score and box her out. Easier said than done, obviously, but that's what I focused on.
Cool.
Hello and welcome to this 2K Sports presentation of the WNBA. And tonight we've got the Los Angeles Sparks playing against the Las Vegas Aces. With Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're thrilled to have you with us.
And we're just kicking off this season, so let me ask you two, what are you most excited about?
I love seeing how new players fit into their teams. Lots of interesting moves this offseason, but now we get to see how the pieces actually come together.
Yeah, and you know, for me, it's all about the rookies. I mean, lately it seems like every draft class has been absolutely loaded, so it's fun to see how they adjust to the pro game.
Here we go. So the Sparks will get the first possession. Plum with it. To the paint. Here's Hamby. Asia Wilson grabs the board.
Such tough defense there against one of the better finishers in the game.
Here's Lloyd. And they cash in right away with a quick shot.
That's what makes Lloyd so dangerous. She scores everywhere on the floor, even places like the mid-range.
Stevens, that's good. So it's the Aces winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they never found.
The energy here was just tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. Once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm, the flow of the game. What a treat.
And that'll wrap it up. Hey folks, welcome into some WNBA action on 2K Sports. And tonight it'll be the Phoenix Mercury going up against the Las Vegas Aces. And from Sin City, I'm Blake Suniga, joined by two terrible poker players, Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz. And we're in for a good one tonight.
And the excitement of a new WNBA season really hasn't worn off yet.
Well, you think, you know, training camp happened, preseason happened, so these teams, they're still getting up to full speed. Some are clicking, others are still fine-tuning, but it's very exciting either way.
Well, soon enough, everyone will be rolling, and then the competition starts to get real fierce.
And here's Taurasi. Chopper outside. Shoots over Young. Lloyd grabs the board.
Well, I'm going to say the defense got pretty lucky right there because she's going to make a lot more of those than she misses when she gets that much room.
Now here's Gray. Pass to Lloyd. From deep. Another three for Las Vegas.
Well, Lloyd loves to punish teams from downtown. She'll take that shot whenever she can.
On the wing, Kalia Copper. Guarded by Young. Kalia Copper for three. Again, the miss by Kalia Copper.
3 misses to start the game. They're still trying to break the seal.
Pass to Lloyd. Shepard. Wilson. She's covered by Thomas. A nice shot by Wilson.
Right out of the gates, and they are locked and loaded. No misses and 3 scores early.
Each trip down becoming more. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them, and this building was dead silent by the time. Welcome to WNBA basketball on 2K Sports. We'll watch the Indiana Fever in this one as they go up against the Las Vegas Aces. This is Blake Suniga alongside Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi.
And we're really looking forward to this matchup. And, you know, McBuckets, she came out and said her and her team, they're ready for the competition.
Well, Caitlin Clark out there tonight, a tremendous player. She's a top-level passer and shooter. Does things no one else can do. It's going to be fun to watch her tonight.
And this is going to be a fun one with Clark. 2 great rookies out there, and it's the first time we've
Welcome to WNBA basketball on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Las Vegas Aces going up against the Minnesota Lynx. With Brian Benefitemi and Tim Swartz, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're thrilled to have you with us.
As a fan, if you've got the need for speed, you're in for a treat tonight.
Oh, I always have the need for speed. I mean, across the league, every year, the pace seems to increase. And these teams, they really push it.
Then again, who knows? A couple key half-court sets could really determine the outcome here.
Here we go. So Minnesota will get the first. So it's a narrow victory for the Lynx, pulling it out for the W. That was a fun night of basketball and a fabulous finish as they waited until the very last moment to finally seal it.
And so many times we see these tight games.
Hello and welcome to this 2K Sports presentation of the WNBA. And tonight we've got the Las Vegas Aces playing against the Atlanta Dream. With Brian Benefitemi and Tim Swartz, I'm Blake Suniga. So it's the Aces winning this one easily. And they came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
They really did show some mental fortitude. They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that's a wrap, everyone.
Brittany Griner has been dominating the paint her entire career. What was your mindset going into this game and matching up against her?
I knew it was going to be a tall task, literally. But I figured I can get some open looks away from the basket, create some space for myself. That's ultimately what I concentrated on, just using my strengths. And I was able to have some success with that, thankfully.
Did establishing yourself early make a difference?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Playing against someone as good as BG, it's so important to try and get yourself into a rhythm. And I was hesitant to take it inside, just to drive it to the rim, just because of how good she is at blocking shots. So I felt if I could sink a few jumpers early on, I could rely on that, and it worked out for me.
Okay, thank you. You've had some good games so far, but I'd consider this your breakout game of the season. Do you agree?
I think it's the first game I really felt completely comfortable and played freely, and I felt like, I rediscovered who I am as a player.
So, first-year players often have a memorable welcome to the WNBA moment. An introduction to the league, all sorts. What was yours?
That's between me and Diana Taurasi.
Oh.
But I will say this. I learned pretty quickly not to talk trash with her during the game.
Okay.
Okay?
Hello and welcome to our coverage of the WNBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Las Vegas Aces against the Dallas Wings. Here with Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and it's good to have you with us.
A playoff atmosphere in the building tonight. Two of the elite teams in the WNBA squaring off.
This is as good as it gets. There's only a few teams in the league on this level.
Yeah, and you know what? To me, this is a preview of the play.
And so it's Dallas who's straight by with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked, but it's a win nonetheless.
And I think the fans gave them an emotional boost. They really needed down the stretch. This crowd was with them all the way.
And that'll wrap it up.
And we will see you next time.
Hey folks, welcome into some WNBA action on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Seattle Storm going up against the Las Vegas Aces. Thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Suniga here with Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz.
Now, fellas, how much importance do you put on these early season standings?
Well, Blake, if we're talking pro basketball, starting out strong, definitely more important in the WNBA than it is in the NBA, simply because the season is shorter. You have less time to figure things.
So it's the Aces winning this one easily. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
And they put on a show here at home. I think they had and felt like they had the edge and that extra confidence.
And that'll wrap it up.
Please drive home safely and we hope to see you